if you're getting good content from $1 billion or a trillionaire, and he's actually giving you life-changing advice, who cares how often it goes up?
If he uploads 5 times a day, you're watching all 5 videos.
You're watching all 5 videos.
Ruslan.
So this is a creator named Bruno K. He's a new creator. I mean, new. I'm talking, less than 2,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
It sounds like, yeah. But he put together this really good video, and I wanted to highlight something specific from it. Now, in the video, it's titled "How YouTube Changed from Quantity to Quality," and the parallel he uses here to who he thinks is quantity and quality, to me, is backwards. So I think he's going to juxtapose Casey Neistat with Mr. Beast. Let's jump right in, Zach.
25, 2016, one of the fastest growing creators on the platform gave advice on how to be successful on YouTube.
YouTube isn't Hollywood. I'm not Stanley Kubrick. You can't succeed here if you're uploading once a month. If you want to succeed here, you got to show up for work every single day.
Pause it. So Casey Neistat is coming out guns blazing, saying YouTube's not Hollywood. You got to upload every single day.
Yeah.
Okay, now watch where he takes this.
Change from quantity to quality. When Casey implied that you need to upload every day, he revealed a good recipe for success on YouTube in 2016. Little did he know, it was also a very good recipe for burnout. And it became a pretty popular recipe since 61% of creators are facing burnout. A couple years earlier...
How did they do a study like that?
I don't know, but I don't want to demonetize that creators definitely facing burnout. If you're facing burnout, my opinion is it has nothing to do with YouTube, and it has everything to do with your system or lack thereof.
Ooh.
In my opinion, but keep going.
February 20, 2012, Mr. Beast joined the platform, and instead of starting a vlog and following the advice of Casey in 2016, he obsessed over the platform. He researched the platform, he analyzed the platform for hours and hours, and he came up with his very own recipe.
We were all super small YouTubers, and we basically talked every day for 1,000 days in a row and did nothing but just like hyper study, like what makes a good video, what makes a good thumbnail, what's good pacing, like how to go viral. That's
pause it. All that's great.
Yeah.
All that's good. You should absolutely be talking to other creators. You should be consuming content about the creation process. You should be looking at your analytics if you have analytics. Some of you guys are so early in the process, you don't have analytics. Everything he's describing here is good. Yeah. But do you see where this video is going?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, keep going.
Most of my knowledge came from is I just surround myself with these lunatics, and just every day, like, we didn't do anything. We had no life.
And this recipe was more improved than the 2016 Casey recipe, and it just led him to over 1 billion views in a single month. Even though both recipes have proven to be successful, there's one very remarkable difference, and that's the amount of uploads. While Casey was religious about uploading every single day, Jimmy only uploads once every 3 weeks. But when he uploads, it's something insane. The upload contains an amount of effort that is so high that it simply cannot go unnoticed. Now, what counts as a high effort YouTube video? Well, let's quickly take a look at the standards of a high effort YouTube video these days.
Pause it. Okay. So he's literally framing Mr. Beast as the quality creator.
Yeah.
And Casey Neistat as the quantity creator. Now, the issue here is why I actually recommend Master YouTube Live podcasting, where you're simultaneously creating a podcast type of show while you're live streaming it with sound effects and so on and so forth. I think it's the future. The issue with this entire approach is that the idea of quality is extremely subjective.
Yeah.
I would have never thought in 100 years that I would have thought Mr. Beast as as the quality and Casey Neistat as quantity. I've always saw Casey Neistat as the more artsy one and Mr. Beast as the more flashy.
Yeah.
Never would I ever thought the opposite of this. I think it's completely backwards because...
But to be fair, you would never assume that Mr. Beast was a quantity either.
Nope. Which I think
so
the Mr. Beast...
If you have to put him in a category, it would make sense to put him in the quality category.
Mr. Beast is the creator that is not recreatable in today's climate.
Yes.
Mr. Beast is the guy who blew up in the way he blew up at the time he blew up, took that money, reinvested every single penny into his videos, into his team, which is great. You should reinvest your money. I don't think it's a recreatable model. Mr. Beast would be like if me and you try to start The Chosen now.
Yeah.
Let's think of the coolest idea and the most
That's interesting.
cinematography and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
And it is not recreatable for most creators, right?
Yeah.
What is recreatable for most creators that have something to say and value and expertise is what we're doing right now. It's neither of them, by the way. It's neither Casey nor Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying one a day. I'm saying multiple uploads a day. If you actually know what you're talking about and you're providing quality information
Yeah.
that could impact someone's life.
Yeah. In this format, the quality comes from the commentary and having a fleshed out thought.
Yes.
In Mr. Beast format, the quality comes from pure entertainment value at a high pace.
Yes.
And then Casey Neistat's, I think, the quality comes from the cinematography
Yes.
and the commentary.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what made him really special. And so, like, you can set up a camera once and you can upload a ton. And if your commentary is trash, then your quality could be considered low.
Yes.
Not just because of the production.
Yes.
But the inverse is also true.
Yep.
If you have well thought out takes, you have some good advice, you
Yep.
have some really solid commentary.
Yep.
You could have a fairly simple setup that it feels quality.
Yep.
Upload a ton.
Yep.
And people are like, I'm still tuning in for this show because he's a great commentator.
That's how Alex Hormozy grew to multiple hundreds of thousands of subscribers with a webcam, just providing some of the best content on business.
Yeah.
No one is gonna tell you that that Jeff Bezos is uploading too much. No one's gonna say that Elon Musk is uploading too much. It's stupid.
I see what you're saying.
It's not the quality or the quantity, it's the source of the information and of what you're getting from them. So it's not the camera, it's not how often or not often enough.
Yeah.
If you're getting good content from $1 billion or a trillionaire
Yeah.
and he's actually giving you life-changing advice, who cares how often it goes up?
If he uploads 5 times a day, you're watching all 5 videos.
You're watching all 5 videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
And
what a
so it's
trip.
like it's such a backwards approach, like in my opinion, at looking at all of this, right? And so yes, if you're 20 years old and you're trying to do what Mr. Beast does, well then yeah, you probably at this point I feel like you need investors.
Yeah.
If you're Ryan Trahan 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you probably need investors. At the very least, you need somebody to like hold you down financially, so you could just focus on video and
a lot
coming
of
up with the
work.
best ideas. And then like you know what I mean? Like mom or dad, someone's gonna have to hold you down
Yeah.
if you want to go like the Ryan Trahan Mr. Beast route. I'm just thinking someone like a succession to Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but I don't think that that's the path for everybody. I don't think that's how you
Yeah.
got to make videos nowadays. Because what you're doing one video a month.
Yeah. Well, there's a smaller creator that we really enjoy watching, and he actually put out a really heat Ryan Trahan style video, and I was like, oh man, he's good at it. And I was telling you, my worst nightmare would be discovering I'm good at Ryan Trahan style videos, because that means I gotta go all in and creating 2 videos a month.
Yep.
And then putting in so much work, all my eggs in one basket. So
Yeah.
Video is worked on for about 1 to 2 months, coming up with the video ID, basically brainstorming the video ID. Then 3 to 4 months working on the ID. Then a couple weeks of filming, 3 weeks of editing, and that gets us up to a total of 5 months.
Pause it. Who's going to do YouTube like this and succeed?
yeah, man.
Who?
Mr.
Who's
Beast-
doing music? Who's doing YouTube like this and succeeding
Mr.
in
Beast didn't do-
2023?
Yeah, Mr. Beast didn't do music or YouTube like this.
This is a
That's not how he started.
Terrible advice.
Yeah.
If this is, I'm not sure if this is Bruno. Okay, I'm curious. Pull up his YouTube channel on a different tab, and let's just see how many uploads he has.
Oh,
He has 3 uploads.
he has 3 uploads.
He has 3 uploads.
One per week, or it seems like 2 per week, maybe.
Yeah. So he has 1 upload a week. It sounds like,
1 upload a week.
and that one popped off. So his 3 uploads popped.
1 did 1,000, 1 did 41, 1 did 33.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, I've been uploading Monday through Friday for 2 weeks now, almost the same amount of time, and I'm at 40,000 views, and only one of them like popped off.
Yep.
A lot of them are small, but it's accumulative.
Yep.
So it's like we're achieving the same thing.
Yep.
Except I have less eggs in two videos.
Yep. You can spread your eggs out.
Yeah, I'm not relying on these 2 fire edits to pop off.
Yep. Yep. Let's keep going.
spending around $1.5 million on each video. And let's put that in perspective by comparing his
Pause it.
videos.
If I had $1.5 million to spend on each video, you know what I would do? I would go do a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go do a series. I would go hire my filmmaker friends.
Yep.
Pay actors and script writers and comedians,
Bro, and
make an actual amazing series.
$1.5 million, we could hire the documentarian homies
Mm-hmm.
for a whole year, a whole team for a whole year to produce like 25 episode piece.
Yep.
2 popular movies. I've got some statistics right here again.
To be fair, I don't know if he's recommending this. I think he's doing more essay style videos. I think he's breaking down the difference.
His videos are on average around 15 minutes long. The average movie is around 130 minutes in length, which means for the average movie length in minutes, his budget would be around $13 million. Which means he's entering mid-level movie production budgets. And those are movies like The Grand Budapest Hotel, A Quiet Place, Knives Out. They're pretty good movies. So if we move
Pause
back
it. That's funny because I said series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, if I had that kind of money to spend, like I wouldn't do a 15-minute YouTube video on like how to jump off a helicopter onto the Oceanside Pier and not break your legs.
Yeah.
Like
but that's also where he knows that'll generate the most revenue. So you can't hate on that because he knows if he does a 25-part series, that's not going to generate nearly as much revenue as one 15-minute video.
Well, he did say that what generates the most amount of revenue is actually his reaction channel.
Oh yeah, well because the
lowest amount of
yeah.
overhead, the highest amount of revenue is his reaction channel.
So the main channel is just a flex at this point. That's the craziest stunt I can do.
I think so. Yeah. Go ahead.
comparison of Casey versus Mr. Beast, we are actually comparing a strategy of quantity versus a strategy of quality. And you can say what you want about the style of Mr. Beast videos, whether you would like the one over the other. But in terms of YouTube, Mr. Beast is definitely using the quality strategy. And by looking at his numbers, we can definitely say that the quality strategy is a very successful one on the platform. Let's first find out how YouTube actually changed from quantity to quality by taking a look at YouTube in 2016, the quantity era of YouTube. It's 2016 and the fastest growth.
Pause it. You really think that? I
What?
think it's the opposite, bro.
That
I
it's
think
shifted?
he's looking at the biggest creator and thinking that the biggest creators is indicative of all of YouTube. I think it's the total opposite. I think it's absolutely switched to a volume game.
Yes. Yeah, I would say the only thing I noticed that changes is like thumbnails and titles.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can do that on quantity, then it feels like you can do really, really well.
Yeah.
And I also think there's always a place for quantity.
Yes.
There's always a place to outwork somebody if you're not going to be the best.
Yes.
Like if you're not going to be the person that's spending $1.5 million on a thing or having the most complex title of a video idea, you got to outwork some people with some really good commentary.
I just know I stumbled across a lot of YouTube videos from like, who's the guy? Penguin. There's a guy named Penguin that I just watched one of his videos. There's the other guy who is his name Corey, the black creator that got some weird things happen to his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are they're streamers, bro. They're game streamers.
They should upload all the time.
That's not Mr. Beast style, and they're all north of 10 million subscribers. You know, so I'm like, how are we in the quality phase right now? I feel like the Mr. Beast and the Ryan Trahans are the outliers, not the.
I agree. Yes,
not
that's a great point.
The majority. If you think of Gideon, if you think of KSI, like these are not guys that make like these over the top quality videos.
It's almost like wanting to be a Mr. Beast versus a Penguins or a Corey, whatever, is like being a filmmaker and wanting to be Steven Spielberg versus the guy that shoots a bunch of Nike commercials. Mm-hmm. You know, like you can be the greatest of all time.
Yep,
you absolutely could, and have a very standout talent.
Yeah, or
you can kind of be a no name that's very talented, and you do a bunch of small projects and make a lot of money that way. And like that's a lot more practical. You being some sort of talent on an actor in a big movie versus being an actor in a bunch of small commercials is way more likely. So it's also like, this is the standout. These are the pro athletes. These are the Navy SEALs of YouTube.
Yep.
This is not like your average Joe that's like, I think I want to get started.
Yeah.
This is the age old breakout story. This is like, how we always idolize artists and how they and their come ups and out of nowhere, and they're just a young person with talent rising from the shadows. It's like those people will always be elevated.
Like you're comparing Drake's highlight reel to like an independent artist that is barely on the come up. And I would just say, if you're looking at Drake and Kendrick as the model, no, they earned Mr. Beast earned the right to spend 1.5 million on a video. He didn't start that way. He started counting to 100,000. He started saying, you know what I mean? Like those videos, those were like very gimmicky videos initially. You know?
Super.
Go ahead.
Creators on the platform are either gamers or vloggers like PewDiePie, Markiplier, Casey Neistat, and Roman Atwood. The key factor to their success is their ability to consistently create content on a daily basis that's entertaining. And the format of their videos allowed them to. Recording gameplay footage or vlogging about your daily life are both formats that can be created daily. And this content strategy resulted into massive amounts of growth during this period. One of the reasons that the quantity strategy became such a successful one in 2016 was that the YouTube algorithm started focusing on recency. Recency became a very important metric, and a feature that showed this focus on recency was the new icon appearing around videos. This was very good for YouTube because people would come back to the platform every single day because their favorite creators were now uploading daily. However, this was also affecting creators who weren't uploading daily and focused more on high effort videos that take more than a day to make.
But I'm making this video now because I think that things have changed. And part of the reason I think that is because in 2016, my older videos started being viewed less and less. I mean, I'm talking about my greatest hits. They were going along at a steady state, getting roughly the same number of views every month. And then in 2016, they started to very steadily decline.
As we can see, Veritasium's views on older videos started dropping from 14 million a month to 1 million a month. And that's quite a significant difference. So right now, 5 years have passed, and we're seeing a different type of creator thriving on the platform. And none of them are uploading daily. Most of them upload once every 2 weeks. And the prime example, Mr. Beast, he even gets away with uploading once every month. But when he uploads, it's something insane. And that's what currently matters on YouTube. Quality. An explanation could be that the platform is already quite saturated. 720,000 hours of content is uploaded each day. You're not only competing with current YouTubers, you're also competing with all of the YouTubers from the past. So to be able to stand out, you have to create something extraordinary. Something worth watching. Some quality. These days, creators aren't getting away with creating clickbaity thumbnails and not delivering. If you're not delivering, your videos won't be watched. I also used the quality strategy for this channel after not uploading for an entire year, and this was the result. So, according to YouTube theory from 2016-2017, your channel is basically dead if you haven't uploaded for an entire year. However, I suddenly got an email for a sponsored video, and a sponsored video means that I can put a lot more time and effort into the video, so I created, in my eyes, a very high quality video. The result? My most popular video ever. It got 750,000 views in less than 2 months. The interesting part was when I looked at the real-time statistics right after I uploaded the video. Right after I uploaded the video, the views were quite low. I hadn't uploaded after a whole year after all. But when I paid attention to the click-through rate and watch time, those results were very promising.
Pause it. This is all anchored on the back that it's a sponsored video.
Yeah.
How do you do a sponsored video if you've never done a sponsor?
You're saying the only reason he was able to spend more time on it, which he self-admits,
yes,
is that someone paid him to be able to take a lot of time on it.
Correct.
Yeah. So regardless of how the video performed, he still had some sort of success in it.
Yes. Yes. Because I feel like if we or a creator like Gideon, Young Don, KSI, whoever, right? The streamer types wanted, iShowSpeed, whoever, wanted to actually make a good 18-minute video, we definitely could.
Yeah.
Like it's like make 25 solid videos with value and commentary, or make 2 overly produced, highly with every retention hack you could possibly think of.
Yep.
We know how to do that.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It doesn't seem
We've
like
done it a few times too.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Ugh.
It doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Like we stopped for a season. We stopped doing intros right now on the main channel.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, it's not really changing anything.
It's not changing.
We just
anything.
realized if we have a great title and a great thumbnail,
yes,
and we change our styles every 6 months,
yep,
so people are still interested, and then you have great commentary.
Yep.
Kind of chilling.
It also makes me think, what kind of relationship is being built?
Yeah.
Right? Like, yes, at some point, if you're at 10 million subscribers, 20 million subscribers, 5 million subscribers, people are going to slowly fall in love with you and that connection you have. But I feel like it's going to take you a while to make a living, and it's going to take you a while to develop any kind of rapport with your audience. And you're talking millions of subscribers to make before you really start seeing any residual breakout.
That's probably the greatest point. It's like, ultimately, what business are you building? Are you creating videos? Is your business centered around appeasing the viewer at all costs? And if you don't do it, you're cut loose from them.
Yep.
Or are you building some sort of relationship or understanding that they enjoy your view? Because if you want to go offline with your business, you could probably make a lot more money with commentary channel where people respect you as a person.
Right.
And then you're at 100,000 subscribers and you launch some sort of course, merchandise, whatever it is,
Yes.
than someone that has 100,000 because they use all the retention hacks in the world. Not to mention the quality of the audience you're attracting. Like, do you want to talk to 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds?
Right.
Or do you want that 25 to 35 audience?
Yeah. So anyway, very interesting take he had. I don't know if I agree or disagree. I mean, I agree with parts of it, but I just don't think this is a sustainable model.
It's definitely not sustainable.
I don't think this is a sustainable model. I think this is the pipe dream of wanting to get signed to a major record label.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Well,
in terms of like a music industry parallel.
And then think about it. The only way to scale something like this is like what Jake Tran did, and then you just get crapped on by your audience.
Yeah, and I haven't watched the Jake
like,
Tran video in a long time.
Yeah, because he started outsourcing all the voiceovers, and all the ad reads and stuff, and like that's the only way to scale it. So then you're creating a media agency. You're not really in the weeds and enjoying the YouTube or anything like that.
Yep.
Hey, check this out. You want to know the main reason new creators fail on YouTube? They don't know who they're creating videos for, and they don't have any purpose behind their videos. This turns the whole process of shooting videos into a tedious chore that will eventually lead to burnout. And trust me when I tell you, I have been there. If you want to discover exactly what type of videos you should make that will increase your chances of success on YouTube and help you avoid burnout, sign up below for my free Master My Niche training. This training will walk you through a custom system that will help you get clarity on the niche of your channel and help you make videos that you should be creating. I'll see you over at mastermyniche.com.